Hi, this is Wesley Paulo for VTEmulation.net. Today we're going to be talking about an independently made RPG for the Sega Genesis, or the Japanese Mega Drive if you prefer, called Pier. It was put together by a group that calls themselves Watermelon. They decided that they wanted to do a 16-bit game, but instead of doing it in the style of 16-bit game, they're going to just do an actual, real 16-bit game. So they crafted this fine RPG. They used a cartridge that nobody else has. It's larger than any of the other cartridges that were used back in the day. It's unique to their game completely. You see here we have the authentic box art for the Japanese-style Mega Drive games. You have the blue stripe with the logo. You have some nice color artwork. Down here it says 64 megabit cartridge, high capacity. Here it mentions an enhanced soundtrack, which is interesting, and we'll get to that in a minute. For now, let's open it up and take a look. And here you have another good shot of that nice looking front box art. We're going to flip it over for now. We'll take a quick look at the back. We have a brief description of the game, a little features checkpoint list there, and a few nice color screenshots and another logo. And it mentions down here, you know, it's a one-player RPG with some two-player features, whatever that means. I haven't gone into it yet to see. And when we open this up, you see, there's actually a Sega CD disc with it. That disc, when you run it with the cartridge, puts a high-quality CD audio over the top. So instead of getting, you know, Genesis kind of chiptune audio, you get nice high-quality Red Book CD audio. On top of that, you also get some ambient sound effects. Basically, if you're near something that would produce some sort of noise, like, you know, if guys are working on a house and they're hammering, when you get close, you'll hear that sound on one of the Sega CD audio channels, which is a very nice touch. And in here, we have this kind of, it's a little odd, it's not quite a book, but not quite not. It's attached to the box, but it's a very nice color instruction manual. A lot of full-color pages, nice artwork. Here we have a rundown of people who bought early, but they also paid a little extra and helped the development along financially. And they got some credit in there for being a part of the team, basically. That's a nice little, you know, fan nod. Congratulations to those people who helped out. And we'll go through, take a look at some of these pages here. You can see it shows it'll basically run in any Genesis model. NTSC, PAL, doesn't matter. It shows all the different setups that this will work with. Another page, full color art, very nice. And it's pretty much what you'd expect from an instruction manual, just very high quality. You see all this color art, color screenshots. You remember back in the day, half the manuals we got were black and white and they were kind of cheap and not really that great. Here on the other hand, we have something very nice, definitely worth owning and holding on to as a collector's item. So we'll get to the meat and potatoes here now. Here is the cartridge. Underneath it, you see we have the certificate of authenticity. It shows you how many there are, which one you have, and so forth. But we'll get to the cartridge now. Get it out of the bag here. Here we go. Nice, very authentic Genesis cartridge. You have your Mega Drive logo again on the side, just like before, very authentic to the Japanese box. You have a nice logo. On the back, where they'd normally etch in the Sega logo, because this isn't an official Sega product, it has the Watermelon logo. That's kind of a nice touch. It kind of keeps the authenticity, but it doesn't take anybody else's name. Get another good shot of that there. It's very impressive, just because, I mean, they could have taken the easy way out. They could have just, you know, made a 16-bit style game on the computer. Maybe not as authentic. They still would have gotten their content out there, but they went the extra mile. They actually made a real Genesis game. Very impressive work. Interesting fact is, right now, from what I understand, it does not run on emulators, because there's unique hardware in this cartridge that nothing else is quite ready to read yet. So you can only run this on a real Genesis. I'm not sure if clone systems will read it. But hey, maybe later for those of us who aren't collectors and don't want to pay $45 for it, maybe it'll come to Xbox Live Arcade or Steam or something. And one of the other nice little touches here is they actually wrote a thank you letter for buying their game, supporting it, as well as an apology, because it took a little while for the game to get out there. And it took much longer than they wanted to. They actually had to give up on the Japanese language on the cartridge, so they have a nice little thank you and an apology for the wait. It's always a nice touch to get some communication from anybody selling a nice product like that. And that is Pier Solar for the Sega Genesis. If you want more information, check out piersolar.com. They're doing another run. You can get a version of it that does not necessarily include the Sega CD audio component, but you can still have your cartridge. And for other information as well, go to vtemulation.net. And thank you for watching.